I was so frustrated at the person who was blocking me until I understood what Judah said to his brother Joseph. Welcome back. I'm Gila Ross, host of the Power Up podcast, where we share short, relatable ideas to upgrade and elevate our modern day lives. And in this series, we take a short idea from the Torah portion of this life and we see how it can just add meaning and beauty to our lives. A while ago, I had a project that I was desperate to do. And in order to do it, I had to get approval from a few different people. And one of the people that I met with was so challenging. They put up obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. So while they didn't outright say, no, Gila, you can't do it, I felt like they were blocking me. And I was so frustrated because I felt like this is something so important. This is something so valuable. And this person is standing in the way of me. Fascinatingly, just a little bit later, an opportunity opens up from almost out of left field that was in the same area of impact as the other project that I wanted to do. And it really brought home to me the story that we read about in this week's Torah portion in Parashat Vayigash. So what's happening here? Joseph is the second in command in Egypt and his brothers are there. Now he has imprisoned Benjamin on the false charges of having stolen his cup. Now Yehuda, who's one of the older brothers, had promised his father that he would return Benjamin to his father safely. And there they are, they're about to leave Egypt, and Joseph is refusing to allow Benjamin to go home with him. And Yehuda feels this responsibility to bring his brother home to his father. So he says, you know what? He thinks to himself, you know what? I'm going to give it my all. So he's kind of like in that frustration, that final moment where he feels like, I've got to give it my all. So he stands up in front of Joseph and he steps forward and he tells him, he says, you are like Pharaoh, which begs the question, what are you talking about? So what's going on here is he's threatening Joseph. He's saying to him, just like there was a Pharaoh who stole Sarah, who kidnapped Sarah from Abraham, you are kidnapping Benjamin from us. And what happened to that Pharaoh who stole Sarah from Abraham? He got Sara'at. He got leprosy. And you too, he's threatening him, if you don't give us our brother back, you're also going to be given Sara'at, this leprosy. Why? Why is he threatening him with Sara'at, of all things? So the Maharal says, we know about Sara'at leprosy, and we most commonly know about it. So 1 minute, let's back up. What is Sara'at? What is leprosy? It's a spiritual disease that manifests in a physical world, in a physical way. We don't have it anymore, but in the times of the temple, when they had prophecy, they had leprosy. And what would happen is that there were certain sins, there were 10 in fact, but the most common one that we hear about it is Lashon Hara, talking badly about someone else. And if a person messed up, they would get this Sara'at, this leprosy. It would appear either on the house or in their skin or in their clothing. And they would realize, oh my goodness, this is telling me that I've got something wrong spiritually with me. I've got to see what's wrong and I've got to improve myself on it. And when they improve themselves, the Sara'at, the leprosy would clear up. Now, of these 10 sins that a person could get Sara'at for, one of them was taking something that doesn't belong to you. Just like Pharaoh had taken Sarah, who belonged to Abraham, and now Joseph took Benjamin, who didn't belong to Joseph. Yehuda is saying that if you take something that doesn't belong to you, you will get Sara'at. What is Sara'at? Because there's a concept that God runs the world midah keneged midah. He runs the world. The way we act is the way we get. So a person who takes what isn't his, why do they get Sara'at? Because Sara'at, what it does is this disease on the skin. It doesn't belong on the skin. It takes possession, or it takes the skin or the house or whatever, it takes where it doesn't belong. Nowadays, we don't have Surat, but the concept is still the same. Each of us has exactly what we need. What do I mean by that? Is that God gives us everything that we need. And this is such an important mindset to really feel it in our core, because when we feel it, we live life differently. That when we understand that every single thing that I need, I have. And if I don't have it, I don't need it. So even though someone else has it, even though someone else has, whether it's a bigger house or a more comfortable lifestyle or easier children or a nicer marriage, whatever it is that they have, they need it. If I don't need it, it could be very painful, but it means that I can fulfill my life's purpose without it. So the Surat and the story with Judah and Joseph is telling us is that you have exactly what you need, and feel that, understand that, and don't worry about what other people have. Just look at what you have, appreciate what you have, and think about how you can use what you have in order to fulfill your life's purpose. And that's what that story taught me, because I was frustrated with this person. I was like, you're blocking me, but no one else can block you. Why? Because if I was supposed to have that opportunity, the opportunity opens up from somewhere else. Whatever we need, we have to fulfill our life's purpose. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Please check the show notes for my current offer of a free one-to-one call and how to book it. And meanwhile, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss out. And share the love with anyone who would benefit. Thank you, have a great day, and happy Hanukkah.